Okay, so here we have I have Photoshop open and I've already placed the mat on this Photoshop. It's the template, but the way it works is they actually work just like this works just like if it was a mat on a photo frame. And I guess with this tutorial, I'm going to be interchangeably using the template and the mat interchangeably because they're, as far as when you're doing this, they're basically identical. And the way it's set up is you just basically, just like in a frame, you have a mat and you're basically going to be putting the pictures underneath the mat. And so basically the mat serves as a frame for the pictures that you're going to put. Now this particular one here has got two openings, so you're going to be putting two different pictures on this. And also the nice thing, the way I chose this one here is because you're going to utilize some tricks as far as making sure they fit properly, which we'll get to in a little bit. So here you are, you have this mat here, and then you can see here, this is the layer side, the layering of this Photoshop file right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to just go File, you're going to go Place, and then the pictures here, well, okay, the picture here, I'm going to use this one here. This is a picture of the bridesmaids. Okay, so here we have the picture here. Now what it does is right now the reason why it's on top is because if you look at this layering panel here, it shows that the picture is on top of the matte layer or the template, right? So we're gonna just click OK here for now, and then we're just gonna put this underneath, right? So you can see now the picture is underneath the mat or the template. And then of course you're going to need to resize it unless this is particularly the way you want it to look, but it's very unlikely. So you're going to need to resize the photo underneath the mat. So what you're going to do is going to make sure you're selected on that layer, and you're going to go Edit and just do Free Transform. This is the easiest one, right? So the picture is going to be selected, and then you're going to want to make this picture smaller. So the best way for you is to go to the edge here, and you can see the arrow changes to this diagonal arrow. Press the Shift key. The Shift key, just basically you're making the ratio, the proportion of the picture the same. So it's going to reduce the length and the width at the same ratio. Now if we're going to turn this, if you go out here, you kind of see the cursor now. It's turned into this kind of circle curved arrow here that allows you to rotate the picture. And then you're just going to place it accordingly like this. Now here you can want to make it a little bit bigger because we're running out of space here. Okay, so that looks fine to me. Okay, so now we're gonna click OK. Okay, now you notice here right now it's got this extra picture here. You don't really need to worry about this right now because we're going to be putting on another picture on this frame here, on this lower heart. So effectively that picture is going to be covering this picture. So what we're going to do is, once again, we're going to go Place, and then I'm going to take a picture of just the bride by herself. Okay, once again, now in this case it puts in the right place. It's underneath the mat, but it's over the bottom bridesmaid's picture. So the positioning is correct. So we're just going to OK this. And then once again, we're going to Edit, Free Transform, and we're just going to position the bridal photos. Well, we're a little bit lucky here. I think this is about right. Maybe I'll reduce it just a little bit so we can get a little more of the flower. There we go. Okay, I think that looks really good right there. Okay, so now we're going to OK it. Now here's a little bit of the trick here. And I guess if anything you can learn from this tutorial is just this trick here is a little bit, well, I'm going to just show it to you. But you have this picture here from this, I'm going to toggle this down. See this excess frame here, it's still showing into this picture, and you just basically want to get rid of it. So basically what you want to do is you just want to cut it off. And the easiest way to do this is right now is you're going to have to turn this into, you're going to have to rasterize this layer. There's a whole topic about smart object that we can't get into right now, but just for this particular example, for you to be able to cut it, you're just going to have to turn it into a, you have to kind of rasterize. So instead of a smart object, you're turning into a picture. But anyways, without getting too much detail on that, just kind of double click on this picture here. Remember, we're still on this frame here. And you're going to rasterize the layer, right? Now what you can do is, now we just want to cut off this edge here, and the easiest way to do this is just to take this pen selection tool and make sure you're in the freedom pen tool mode, because to me that's the easiest, but you could do any experiment with any of the others, they're just as easy, but the freedom one's the one that I like. And you're just going to just pretend like this is a scissor, and you're just going to kind of cut this corner off, and you just kind of want to overlap here with the template or the mat. And you're not really cutting the mat here, you're cutting the picture because you're still on this layer. So go like this. And then once you're done with the selection, just right click on the where the line is and just put make selection and make sure this feather radius is at 0. Click OK. And then you're going to just go edit, clear. Boom. There it goes. So really all you're doing at this point is you're effectively cutting that corner. So do you see here? You're cutting that corner here of the picture so that it's not going to show into the other picture. Put the mat back on, and then you're just going to have to deselect, and there you are. So you're basically done. So in just a few minutes, what you've done is you've just kind of created a really nice page for your album that you want to use for your photo album. So hope this helps, and thank you very much for looking at this video. Till the next one.